Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minutes With. I'm your host, Alex Alexander with Client Focus Media. Today, I'm really excited to bring Eric Wilson from Eric Wilson Law, LLC, a compassionate and caring bankruptcy law and consumer protection practice based out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Be found online at ericwilsonlaw.com. Welcome, Eric. How are you today?
Alex, happy Wednesday, man. Great to be here.
Happy Wednesday, and thank you so much for being here, brother. So we've chatted a little bit here and there, and one of the things I really wanted to bring forward was to get people to understand who Eric Wilson of Eric Wilson Law really is. How did you end up in law?
Yeah, so funny you asked that. I attended Vanderbilt University and had big dreams to be a doctor. I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. Long story short, I took organic chemistry. I did not do so well. That dashed my dreams of making it into medical school. So my father basically said, "You're going to graduate school. Do you want to go to MBA or law school?" And he was a lawyer. And so I decided to go to law school. And the rest is history. I actually started off doing medical malpractice defense work and later got an opportunity to join another a solo at that time practitioner doing bankruptcy work, and fell in love with the work. I thought it fit my personality a lot better, and I love helping the little guy.
We had mentioned in our last discussion how, there's all kinds of different practices out there, and some can actually make the attorney feel, I guess it weighs on them, whereas what you're doing for the individual actually is helping everyone, right? And so at that point, you can feel good about what you do. You can leave knowing you've helped someone. And the people that leave your office, they feel a ton of relief. And that in itself, working in that kind of environment, that has to be awesome, especially now that you started your own practice. What year did you start Eric Wilson Law?
So I went into the bankruptcy field in 1997. And my partner passed away in 2011. And so I started out of necessity a solo practice in 2011. So I've been solo since then. So 11 years, almost 12 years.
If you have any words of advice, right? So let's just look at people who, the individuals who are going through law school now. Okay. They go through all the rigmarole of the actual law school and then the bar, of course. What words of advice would you give anyone that is making their way through they're climbing the rungs? What kind of advice would you give them?
Yes, I think two things. Number one, you've got to really follow your passion. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy in the field of practice that you're in. So don't chase the money. That's easy to say because the big firms will entice you with great packages. But find the field and the area that you think best fits your personality, number one. And number two, I would say learn something about the actual business of running a business. They don't teach you that in law school. So maybe seek other third-hand sources that can teach you, especially if you want to be a solo practitioner, you're going to have to learn so many aspects of business that are not taught in law school.
I think a lot of, and this is just from my own observation, and I think that a lot of people come out of law school and they're typically going to go, they're going to be assistants for the ADA or something. They come in one side or the other. They're going to be on the defense side, of course. If they work for the state, they may be on the other side where they're prosecuting, that kind of stuff. And it's so easy at that point because it's not handed to you, but this is a case. This is what you need to do. This is how this works. And so for them to actually, they earn their keep, right? And they're actually making they're making it better for themselves. They're figuring out how to win cases or how to actually try cases. But like you said, if you decide that you're going to go off on your own, you have to be able to establish your own value. That's probably the biggest problem, right? To be able to say, this is what we do. In order for me to help you to do this, it's going to cost you X, Y, Z, and understand the value of it to them and to yourself. How did you? Was there any of that with yourself? And I know the whole you had some business school in there. So was that what prepped you, or what prepped you, or what helped you when you started your business?
So I don't think I was totally prepped because I was, still at least somewhat young when he passed away. I say young from going out on your own standard, maybe. But I learned a great deal from working with the one gentleman that took me under his wing, and I got to see the business side of it after several years. And it's important to have a mentor, and for that mentor to sort of take you underneath their control and wings and show you the sort of the ways. But a lot of it, Alex, really is just trial by fire. And often, like a lot of court cases, there's a lot of things in the administrative and business field of owning your own practice that you don't know how to do until you do. And certainly it helps to hire a good team, an accountant, perhaps a financial advisor, and certainly to surround yourself with great, positive, helpful people. And that's what life is all about, is hiring people that are smarter and better and harder working than you, and which always elevates your game, so to speak.
I love the fact that you placed that at the end, you're elevating your game by associating with other people who have elevated theirs. And I think that's a lesson for everybody. I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care where you are in life. If your friends can bring you up, then that's the trajectory that you're going to be in. If you find yourself surrounding yourself with individuals who don't have the ability to lift you up or to bring you, to another place in life, but maybe keep you stagnant or down, then that's where you need to say, hey, you're a good friend. I love you, whatever the case may be, but I have to surround myself with these other people who can. So I appreciate your words of wisdom. First and foremost, thanks for being on the show today. I want to thank everybody out there for tuning into this episode of 5 Minutes With. If you'd like to learn more about Eric Wilson from Eric Wilson Law, you can go to ericwilsonlaw.com, but of course here at iwannabuzz.com. Do something good for yourself and do something good for others.